Welcome back. So I brought this up last week. I was doing the last part of, I believe, the Gohan Never Stop Training video, which, by the way, someone said you shouldn't do Gohan what ifs, you always do them dirty. First off, don't ever tell someone to not do something. That's never. That's just not right. I don't like people who do that. Even if it's in jest, it's fine. But you don't be serious. Like, you don't tell people what to do. But I can handle it. It's more like, don't tell people not to do stuff. Like, that just comes off wrong. But more importantly, is like, how did I do him dirty? I made him the strongest guy at the end of the series. Like, seriously. But regardless, I mentioned that it occurred to me that I don't know if there's ever been an explanation of what the difference is when we're talking about potential unlocks. But Gohan has had his potential unlocked twice now by two different people. And it doesn't seem to really matter in the long run because he's just going to get stronger anyway. And how exactly did his potential get unlocked? What did it unlock? So what I thought it would be a kind of just a fun video to do, because I do these occasionally, just these fun little segments right here. And let me see if I can make this a little bit. Ooh, that looks a little bit better, a little more centered. Like I did with the Goku being a bad parent video. Is he a bad parent or not? Go watch the video and find out. But what I thought we'd do is kind of discuss their Guru and Old Kai's potential unlocking abilities. What they do, and what exactly is it they're unlocking, and how does it, well, not necessarily how, you're using magic, but what exactly is the potential that's being unlocked there? So let's start with the OG. Let's start with Guru real quick here. We see him unlock the potential of actually three different individuals. We see Krillin, we see Dende, and we see Gohan. And we actually, thanks to the Daisenshu, have power levels for them, at least for Gohan and Krillin. So we actually do know where they roughly capped out at by the end of the Namek series. But what is Guru actually doing? Because he's basically, I believe it's roughly stated that he's unlocking his latent potential, and he releases it. Well, by all accounts, wouldn't that be then your peak? Like, you can't technically get any stronger? Or, obviously that's not the case, because we know for a fact, Gohan alone, we know for a fact, got much stronger. Krillin clearly did too in training. So what is Guru actually doing? Like, and beyond that, clearly there's more potential in Gohan, because then Old Kai unlocks Gohan's potential beyond that. Or does he? See, this is where I think the difference lies. Let's start with Guru. What I think Guru is more or less doing is releasing your potential that you have at that moment in your life. Not necessarily like next day you could go back, oh, I have more potential. But I mean, like, that stage of your life, he's releasing what potential you have. Because Gohan obviously went on to get much stronger through his own training, own power boost, all that. So, by logically speaking, then, Guru's not so much unlocking all your latent potential. He's unlocking what you have at that moment. There are still more potential to be. The more you train, the more your potential probably rises. It's probably because it's magic. It can probably kind of discern what exactly your potential at that moment is. But then as you grow older, your potential changes. And so you're able to continue to grow beyond that. Add on, I think it kind of helps quicken your pace to that potential. As we can attest that most likely Gohan and Krillin's increase in power through training was probably partly due to their potential unlocked, allowing them to increase in power through training a lot quicker. So that's roughly how I think Guru's potential unlocking works. But what about the Old Kai's? Gohan, I think, is the perfect benchmark for this because he's the only one who's actually had both of these potential unlocks. He's had both of them. Now, with Old Kai, it takes a lot longer for his to work, and it doesn't do the same thing that Guru's does. Like with Guru's, it just increased your power and base and all that. And, your base power. With Gohan's, it actually turned into like a transformation of such. Whereas we know for a fact that Gohan can access this form past Super Saiyan. This is his maximum output up until he goes into beast mode. So what exactly is this transformation or this potential unlocking doing? I had to think on that for a little bit, because he mentions how a kitten could turn into a lion, a bird turns into an eagle. Essentially, he's unlocking everything in you. It's never been fully described on how powerful Gohan is in that form. We know he was beating Super Buu, and then Super Buu stole Gotenks and Piccolo and beat on him. But we also know that Gohan's strength, as long as he was training, seemed to continually increase. So what I think the old Kai's potential unlocking more or less is similar to a Saitama thing, where it's a limit breaker. It literally is like capping off. You no longer have any limitations to your power. You still get that whatever your natural limitations are at that point, you now hit that, but you no longer have that. And so you are constantly able to continue to get stronger so long as you keep striving to get stronger. The catch-all is, if you're not striving to get stronger, like Gohan did, then you will lose this power. This is not a power that is just there. This is a power you can lose. This potential unlocking, if you're not maintaining it at least, will subside, and you have to work to get it back after a while. That's, I think, that's the counter, that's the catch of magic, I think, is because it's not natural. You do have to maintain it more. Even though that sounds counterproductive now that I say it out loud, because natural strength, if it's your natural state, you shouldn't have to maintain it through training. But maybe that's just the way this particular form of magic works. Because with Gohan, we know he got strong enough to even contend with his father for a while. Now Goku was ultimately stronger before the tournament of power, and now Gohan's taken that mantle back as far as we know. But he still was able to continue to push past his boundaries. He always was able to continue to get stronger. He was more or less, as long as he's fighting and training and experiencing new things and pushing his strength to what that limit is, the limit just keeps growing bigger. And there's theoretically no cap to it. Hence why when you combine that potential unlocking with his innate half-breed biology and his rage boost, that's how the beast form Gohan emerged. So ultimately, Gurus is just in the moment, here's what your natural limitations kind of are, or your natural peak could be. Do with it what you will. Whereas Old Kai is limit breaking potential. You'll hit your max, and then your max no longer exists so long as you keep going for it. That's generally what I think the difference is. But then again, I didn't even look up if there's a difference. I didn't YouTube or Google a difference between them. Maybe this has already been asked. So maybe I won't even upload this video. We'll find out. But I don't know. What do you think the difference is? Let me know in the comments below. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.